Alright, in this video I will tell you my quick story about how I got to discover the flow state concept in full awareness as I was working a regular job. Back in 2016 I was working for a distribution company based in Quebec City, and as I moved up the ladder I started preparing shipping orders. Now, nothing fancy about this job, yet all the key components were present to enter a flow state. First of all, my clear goal was to prepare all shipping order on Thursdays so they may be ready for Friday's shipment. Obviously, my single tasking was to prepare the orders. I likewise had all my tools ready, my tablet with the items list, and my cart ready for collection. Now, this is a very simple setup, yet very effective. I was thus avoiding overthinking and decision fatigue. Back then, I was also very deep into spiritual practices, especially Zen meditation. So basically, while I was at work, I was implementing meditation in motion, and I will always remember that day because as a professional athlete, I was really accustomed to get in the zone, but I never really got to pay attention to it in a regular workspace. And on that day, everything felt so magical, almost surreal, like everything was flowing effortlessly. As I was focusing on my breath, it felt like someone else was doing the job. And that caught my attention because I knew that something was up, but I couldn't quite figure out what it was. And eventually, I came across Steven Kotler on the Joe Rogan podcast, who was talking at length about flow states. And that really piqued my curiosity, so I started to read all of his work and other articles online about flow states. Now, if you are interested in the topic of flow states, I highly recommend that you click the link in the PDF, which is going to redirect you on Steven Kotler's website so you can get your copy of The Art of Impossible, which is basically the Bible on flow states. Now, that being said, fast forward a few years later, here I am experimenting a lot with flow states and connecting the dots with my previous career as a professional athlete, jotting down all my sequences, taking notes of all my triggers so that I can modify all of this and apply that into other spheres of life, from very simple things such as getting up in the morning and getting into a very good groove and cleaning the house, to other more complex stuff such as being a proficient building manager and working on my personal projects. Now, that sums it up for my discovery of the flow state concept in full awareness. Next up is going to be how, as athletes, we all have flow state routines, how we can bring them into light and turn that into deliberate practice. Stay tuned.